Welcome to the Rookie Show. My name's Faheem.
And my name is Nelly J, y'all. And we are Good Rookie.
That's right.
What's going on, everybody? Happy Good Tuesday. And guess what? It's the Good Rookie Show. Yep. What's going on, y'all? We're your hosts coming to you from Toronto, Canada, the 6th. And bringing the hottest topics in sports and culture. Okay. So Faheem, as you know, this past weekend it was the Oscars. And so my trivia is a little bit of Oscars trivia. Now, I'll expect you to guess what the answer is, but it'd be great to kind of hear, I think me and you're both casual movie followers. We watch what we can watch. But can you guess, okay, by film distributor? So here are the guesses, right? This is the most nominated film distributor. So I guess the film was distributed on this channel or on through this channels, right?
Okay, right.
So can you guess how many Oscar nominations for the most, right, for this year? So we got Disney, we got Warner Brothers, we got Apple Organic Films, we got Netflix, we got Searchlight, Universal, A24, Neon. So I'll give you the names for for those who are the film distributors. Which one do you think had the most this year
I'll
nominated
go.
for Oscar?
I'll go with Warner.
Warner? That's a good guess.
Oh, okay.
Winner is Netflix.
Really?
Wow. Your facial expression, yes. They had 18 nominations for film.
Netflix?
Yes, man.
Wow.
Netflix got 18. Number 2 is Apple Original Films. Number 3 is Searchlight Pictures. 4 is Universal. So it's actually my bad. So Netflix got 18 and Apple, Searchlight, Universal all are tied for 13 nominations. Ninth is Warner, A24 7, Neon 7, and Walt Disney's 5. I'm just shocked that Netflix had 18. I was like, they have 18 films nominated that were distributed by them. So Netflix clearly have done a really good job in curating good content for it to have legit 18, and Disney's at the bottom of the whole thing.
Yeah,
Anyway.
Disney's not really a surprise for me, but yeah, you're right. Netflix is definitely a surprise. We got to start putting some respect on Netflix name. I'm even in our household, my wife, she's really she's definitely down with Netflix. Me, not so much. I like more Amazon. But I guess I don't have much talk now because if Netflix is putting out that kind of quality, yeah, shout out to Netflix.
Yeah, exactly. I thought it was a fun trivia because again, I don't think most people would think Netflix would have the most nominations for films in Oscars.
Right, Oscars, right.
Right. Anyway, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, good one, good one. Well, since we're going through a list of popularity, there was the boardroom. Shout out to the boardroom, especially on IG, where we got this from. The boardroom, they put out a poll for sports with the largest participation growth in 2023. So this goes from 2022 to 2023. They got this actually. They got their source is from Sportico. So shout out to Sportico who did this poll. Looks like. I found this interesting. So sports with the largest participation growth. So it doesn't necessarily mean that they're largest, but they've had the largest growth from year to year, and the years would be 2022, 2023. Did you see the list, Nelly J? If not, I'll just read them out. If you did,
I saw the list. I just opened it up and I'm in shock. So
okay,
yeah,
so
utter shock. I did not expect any of this stuff. So go ahead though.
Right, me neither. Okay,
tell to the people.
Right. So to the people, it goes like this. The number one largest is pickleball at a growth of 52%. Now keep that number in mind because as we go down, we're going to show how it's not even close. It's a landslide for pickleball. Goes pickleball at 52, golf at 19%. So you're going from 52 to 19. So, more than double. Pickleball, hands-on winner. But we go golf next at 19, Snowshoeing at
What the hell is
17%.
that? I don't even know what snowshoe. I gotta Google that after we record, y'all. Guys, can we all Google it together and talk about it next week? What is snowshoeing, Fahim? You
So,
know what that is?
so yeah, actually, I think I do. You know the hmm, it's like a imagine. Oh, perfect. Imagine a tennis racket
Mm-hmm.
on your foot. So you're stepping. Imagine stepping on a tennis racket and walking through the snow.
Oh,
Have you
okay.
seen that before?
Yes. Well, I mean, that's what the Aboriginal people of this land
Right.
when
That
in the
now,
snow.
mind you,
That's
that you know what? Maybe while I'm speaking, fact check me on that because I'm going off of just what I think it is, but I'm
okay.
not 100% sure. But I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Okay, I'll keep going though.
Yeah.
So next is team swimming at 15%, which is another surprising growth.
Okay.
Volleyball, 13%. Ice skating, 13%. Bowling, 12%. Trail running, 12%. Snowboarding, 10%, and skiing, 10%. So it's looking like it's,
So
shout out to, I guess,
Fahim,
am I wrong?
Fahim, the
Yes.
snowshoeing, yo, you're correct.
Oh, I am. Okay.
But it's kind of like looking at these images, okay?
hmm
Um, from
It's not
the
looking like
snowshoeing. It's
the
looking,
authentic.
yes, some of them have that, but to be
hmm
honest, imagine like cross country skiing. Have you
hmm
cross country ski for him? And
Right.
it's like actual a regular ski.
Right.
The snowshoeing is a smaller ski that is like a shoe size. It's like the same size as that one, but it's like a smaller size. So
Oh,
they're just snowshoeing. It's like a
okay.
snowshoe. So it's like the ski
Got
isn't as
you.
long, it's just shorter, and you're walking in the snow.
So it's a short ski, in other words.
It's like a yeah, it's like a short ski. And the
Okay.
point of it is that snowshoeing is an excellent winter workout that can help you burn calories
Wow.
faster than a small snowball fight, strengthen the muscles you didn't know existed and boost your activities. This is on a website from Google. So apparently
So,
snowshoeing is like more, it's not a sport, it's an extracurricular activity, I guess.
right.
There's no like
Right.
like I'm snowshoeing, but it's kind of like cross country
hmm
skiing, but it's snowshoes, pretty much to your
Okay.
point. Yeah.
That means I am wrong then, what I was saying about the tennis
No, no,
racket.
no. But I mean, it's the same thing because like it's the same size as that, just that probably one have like a ski, but I
Uh-huh.
think that's the same thing because you're walking on
Okay.
snow with a
Okay. Yeah.
snowshoe.
Walking.
So
No, so, okay.
essentially, it's a snowshoe, and that is a snowshoe. So I think you're also accurate as well. But
Okay.
they modernized it so essentially, if you can't ski but you want to go on the ski hill, you can wear these snowshoes and still walk up and down,
Right.
in the area
Right.
and be a
So
part of the skiing world, I
I
guess.
would be interested to know where they polled these people because you notice that one, two, three. So we have three of them are winter sports, and they're all kind of relatively not the
Yeah.
popular winter sports, right? Like you said, snowshoeing, snowboarding, which I guess you're going to see that's going to be an obvious one, and skiing. You know, I wonder where they're pulling these people from. But anyway,
But also,
anything
it
else?
seems like the stats like an increase of use, right? So maybe they had like maybe remember what if no one was stone shoeing last year and then 100 people did that? Is that 90% growth? You know what I'm saying? So it could be
Right.
just based off of it could be I think is per growth, right? So it's
hmm
based off
hmm
of what we did last year versus this year. That could be like we had one snowshoer, now we have 20. You know what I mean? Like that
Right.
number is kind
Yeah.
of skewed because it's just based on how much more people snowshoed. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But
Right.
that pickleball thing is real. Like we know in Toronto, Fahim, we've seen more
Right.
pickleball courts,
Right.
pickleball the sport. We know of professional athletes investing in pickleball leagues now.
Yeah.
So I get that. Everything else I don't get, but
hmm
52 is wild, man. That is a
hmm
lot. That's a lot.
Um, with pickleball, I can speak from firsthand experience during the summer. I was out with my daughter, and there's usually a tennis court that's there,
Mm-hmm.
and I had the tennis lines, and we went out there, and we noticed that they converted it to pickleball, and I was like, oh wow, like it's quite it goes to show that there's a growth where, not saying people aren't playing tennis, but there's a lot more people playing pickleball now. For anyone who's not aware, because they maybe heard of pickleball but haven't maybe even seen it, it's like a miniature version of tennis, except the ball isn't quite as bouncy.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually more designed for like people who are older. You know, it's like an adult recreation sport
Uh,
where It's not so much required of the quick movements. Not no, I shouldn't say because it's still quick movements, but like I said, the ball doesn't move as fast, so you have more time to get. There's more about placement. Kind of like imagine if well, table tennis is kind of fast moving. I'm just trying to think what racket sport. Badminton's still fast moving also. Anyway, it's just like a slower
Mm-hmm.
version of tennis where
Mm-hmm.
I know for sure I've seen this before with the demographics of it being skewed at a much higher age. You're having people who are in retirement who are actually getting involved. So yeah, but it's growing very fast.
Yeah, definitely growing. And that's the thing about these sports is like, it's easy to play. You don't have to have a lot of skill, but it still gets you out there, right? So it just shows that like a lot of times, a lot of these guys are like trying to find ways, of course, to not only be impactful, but they're finding ways to like still be active. But I think that pickleball thing is real.
Mhm,
And like, I wonder, remember back in the day, we used to play a lot of badminton. Do you
mhm.
remember when badminton was a thing back in the
Of
day?
course, right.
Right? Um, so like I definitely wonder like how that would play out now,
Mhm.
like how that would play out if it
So I,
wasn't,
I I just want to kind of clarify. So, because you use the word, you don't have to be as skilled, and which I know the context you're saying, but
like
I
there's
don't
like
want people.
hand-eye coordination. It's kind of like, how like if you go to a bar and they have table tennis, you can start playing. But I mean,
Yeah,
obviously
yeah,
to be really good at it,
right.
to compete, you have to be excellent. But I'm saying like do the sports that like we all can play for fun and with family and friends. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
more
That doesn't
leisure,
require
right,
like like
right.
even like
Like you'll break a
bowling.
sweat, but a
Yeah,
light
but
sweat.
I'm
It's not
not
in.
like,
Yeah,
yeah, like
right,
I mean,
right,
tennis isn't a pickup sport you can just play. You have to kind of be in shape to play
right,
tennis. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
pickleball, I mean, the court isn't too big, so you
hmm
know you can figure something out a little bit there,
I
right?
have watched a
But
professional pickleball match
oh,
before.
you have
Yeah,
how was
yeah, I
that?
watched it before, and I'm not gonna lie, like these are pros, so it's at a obviously a much higher
Mm-hmm.
competition level. It's good. It was actually pretty exciting to watch. You could see it was like tennis, but like I was just that's why I gave the example. A little less bouncy, more about placement. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but it looks very interesting. I definitely will give it a try. Most definitely, I'm gonna give it a try someday. Um, yeah, but shout out to pickleball, growing 52%. And also shout out to KD. KD, I'm not sure we might have talked about this before. He owns a team in a pickleball, the largest pickleball league. KD owns a team. I think they're called the Brooklyn Aces, if I'm not mistaken, Aces. But
Mm-hmm.
yes. But yeah, shout out to KD and his pickleball team. And yeah, it's growing. I found this list very interesting. Volleyball.
Absolutely.
Before we transition, anything on volleyball? Volleyball is stuck at 13%. We've mentioned,
I think volleyball is gonna grow for sure. I can see volleyball becoming a lot bigger, especially with the women's professional league coming out now as
right, that's
well,
what I was going to mention.
right? I think that's going to be a big part of it too.
Yeah, yeah,
Like having the professional league come out and, do that,
for
right?
sure, for sure. One last thing I noticed on this list, Nelly J, is there's say 10 sports here. 9 out of the 10, no, 8 out of 10. So we'll say the vast majority are individual sports, not team sports. So that means that when they talk about largest participation growth, they're people who are actually finding individual sports to stay active. And I
Mm-hmm.
guess in that way, it would make sense because it's a lot easier to maybe motivate yourself to do it individually. But and on a flip side, I think if someone's looking to do it just for like physical fitness and stay active, it might be easier to, when people say go to the gym and you have your trainer with you, you get someone to
Yep,
like kind of keep you motivated. So I would have thought there would be more team sports on here, people registering to play in teams. But yeah, looks like people are looking to do it alone on a variety of sports. So yeah, shout out to everyone out there who's actually uh, doing something physically active, especially in their adult years. When you're younger, you're playing sports all the time. As you get older, life hits you. And for those people who are finding time to incorporate something physical in their life, shout out to them.
exactly. Um, when people are doing it, it's it's gonna help you be not only better health wise, but it's gonna create that. Like I feel like right now with all this, and I get it, right? Gaming is fun, playing online, Call of Duty and all these games is fun, but nothing beats competing in person with someone in a face-to-face situation. We all like watching sports for that reason, right? And I just think that's something that society has to go back to, which is like that interaction with other people, like in actual, not virtually, right, in person. That's something I think we definitely need. So yeah, no, definitely want that.
All right. Um, on that note, Nelly J, let's go to for the culture.
For the culture, we get to highlight individuals for the culture. And today we get to highlight someone who I think, oh my goodness, is doing something really big for the culture, Raheem. David Oyelowo. So David Oyelowo is a British Nigerian American actor. Okay. So his citizenship is with three countries. British, Nigeria, and America. So he's an actor, went to school in London, England, was born in England. And it's funny, there was actually a trending a video for him of him saying his full name, right? David Oyetokumbo Oyelowo. And they were like, huh? Because like it's a Nigerian name, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it's just someone where I really want to highlight because Oscars was this weekend, and I think we're seeing like Steph Curry, produced a movie. Kevin Durant is producing movies, and I think seeing more and more production or films by people looking like us, Fahim, is going to expand not only thinking, creativity, but really kind of create more of, I think, unity, right? A lot of films that were published nationally or published in the past were mostly made by white creators, right? And so I just think this is something where we're seeing more and more people of color, but Black creators is still not as much as you think we should have. And so what he is doing is that he's actually partnered. Well, he's set to launch and partnered with Roku to launch a new channel amplifying Black stories.
Woo!
So not just like, a couple of films with Black stories that Netflix does do. Netflix does a good job in having like a Black stories or a Black creator segment on Netflix, but he will have a whole channel for him, right? It is set to launch. It's called Mansa Mix, and it'll be a free streaming service on the Roku channel. So this will be pretty much spotlighting narratives on screens based on Black narratives, and it'll be an ad-supported platform. So that means that by having ads, as you know, Fahim, ads fund TV, right? Without ads, y'all, we got no films or television, okay? So the fact that it'll be ad-supported platform, this will offer a current selection of films and television series that will celebrate Black culture from around the globe, right? So something that was stated by Oyelowo was that Mansa is dedicated to showcasing a wide array of narratives that are authentically steeped in Black culture. He also said in the rap, right, where he said the statement, we're thrilled to deepen our relationship with Roku with the launch of our first fast channel, Mansa Mix, that elevates and celebrates the richness of the culture worldwide. Because again, there's African culture, right? There's in Africa, as you know, Fahim, in the continent, which is much bigger than your map shows you. There's so many different languages, foods, people, like cultures, mixtures, everything, right? Tribe, you name it. So the Black culture is not just one thing; it's a vast many things, right? But sometimes globally, people think Black culture is only Black culture or people that are, I would say, that have a darker skin or people that are melanated, right? They think that's only American culture. But I think people that are melanated are all around the world, Fahim, and those stories should also be told, right? And I think this is going to help us not only unite, but also understand and celebrate each of our culture. Because Black culture to me is not one thing; it's multiple types of cultures within the umbrella of Black culture. There's multiple cultures within that, right? And so I just think this is really cool. I'm a big fan of it, and that's why I really want to highlight because he's a Golden Globe Award winner. right? And I first saw him. Everyone who know he played MLK Jr. in Selma. So if you watch Selma, this is the actor. But what I watched for him during TIFF, it was a film called United Kingdom. And that film for him, yo, if y'all haven't watched that, you need to watch that film. It is so good. I don't think it made it to a national like distribution, but it definitely debuted in TIFF. It debuted in um I think in the UK, but I think it debuted in the United States. Oh, here it is. It debuted a year later after Canada, Fahim, in February 10th. Um, it was such a great film. It didn't make a lot of money, but it really talked about, Fahim, how colonization and how that affected Botswana. And it's based on a true story as well. So, guys, if you have not watched this film, okay, United Kingdom, look it up. Great film, great education about how the British and a lot of these, colonized countries, how they steeped into Africa and pretty much how they were trying to, I would say, steal resources. And I think that's something I didn't even think I wasn't aware of for him myself about Botswana, their history, because they were close to South Africa and how that what happened there affected them. But love film. So, anyways, great actor, great guy. I really wanted to highlight him for the culture because I think him literally getting this funding to have a all black channel, not just about one culture, but many cultures that are around black people in the world is a beautiful thing. So Fahim, what you got for me, man? What's your thoughts on what David is doing? David O's doing.
Great for the culture topic this week. For the I want to mention Nelly J. Great one. Um, yeah, I mean, you covered quite a bit with there. All I have is maybe just some response. I want to say, first of all, I think it's great that you mentioned what he did with MLK. I still haven't seen Selma, the movie yet. I have not, and I guess now I'll hold myself accountable to do so because it's one that whenever I've come across, it's oh yeah, I should see it, and I just never got around to it. Life, um, but I heard good things about him in it. So I mean, it just goes to show that he's doing conscious work. So in
Mm-hmm.
that. Um, I just want to mention because while you're speaking, I was looking this up,
Mm-hmm.
and here it is. Okay, so of the black writers, directors, and producers in the U.S., so actually, let me ask you, how many do you think of the writers, producers, and directors in the U.S. produce films are black? What percentage?
How much are black?
Yeah.
Ooh, I'll say 5%.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. It's six, they got 6%. I'll go with five.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same thing. Yeah. And of black actors of leading roles in cable scripted shows. Now, shows, so I guess it's not so much movies. This might be television shows, but black actors, and that would be male and female.
Mm-hmm.
How many do you think have leading roles?
Have leading roles. Ooh, leading? Oh, less than
Yeah.
that then. Ooh,
Oh,
3%?
actually, I'll help you. No, it's a little bit more. They say 12.9% of leading roles in cable scripted shows are black actors, which I was actually surprised with that number. Also, I was like, wow, 12 point, that's almost 13%. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, what he's doing, there's definitely a need for it.
Mm-hmm.
Just another channel for Black stories. We do have, as everyone's aware, BET, Black Entertainment Television.
And we do have BT
Um,
crying.
but there's only so many programs and there's only so many types of programming, right?
Yeah.
So for him to get involved with this and shine a light on the ones that maybe aren't going to make those network channels, shout out to him. Great job, Nelly J.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks, Fahim. And again, this is something where, like I love this segment because it just brings to light like all the great things that is happening that's for the culture.
Mhm.
Um, and it's something where, this doesn't get a lot of them, but because of them, they're a great Instagram follow. They always highlight just, great feats that are being done around the world for everyone, actors, inventors, entrepreneurs, you name it. So Um, it's great. It's crazy seeing David O, like where he came from, like in terms of his acting career, and now he's actually helping with the channel. That's what it's about. It's about helping like further the movement of educating, right, the world about Black culture. I think we've relied on white people to highlight our culture, Fahim, and curate content and story around it, which has created a nasty bias around what, like the angry Black woman or the thug or like, you know what I mean? Like it's like all these things
Stereotypes.
where
Yeah.
it's like we can't even be ourselves because what I say will remind you of an actor or someone in, you know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
like because I have natural hair, I look like so and so. It's like you know what I'm saying? There's many types of natural hair in the Black culture, in the Black community. You know what I'm saying? There's many types
Yeah.
of looks and features and faces and hair color and eye color. Like so I just think it's really good to highlight that because again, it's something where we need to take back that power and curate our content, right? So, anyways, big up to you, Breda from Nigeria. Okay, big up to you. Big up to this movement. David Oyelowo for the culture. For the culture.
Nice. Nice. Nelly J, let's close this last one out with our last segment. That's absurd.
That's absurd. Fahim, girl, what was absurd this week? What was absurd?
Gilbert Arenas. I want to quote him.
Oh boy.
Gilbert Arenas, he blames Europeans for bad defense in the NBA. This is a quote. Get rid of all Europeans. You go to college and learn defense. What college do Europeans go to? They have no athleticism. They have no speed, no jumping ability. They're a liability on defense. They are 150 euros in the league today. Name the top defenders. None.
Getting worse and worse the more you
Just
speak.
Rudy and Greek Freak. Other than that, they're all offensive players. End quote. Absurd.
Absurd. Why would he even say that all this stuff? What's wrong with him? Oh my God. So he says so his issue is getting rid of European players. That's the issue.
Yeah. Yeah, I think his premise is that they don't play defense. And remember, but this is coming around the time that we're around the All-Star break when he kind of made this comment. So I guess it's kind of like, oh, well, you know what? We all have had discussion of the lack of defense in the All-Star game. We even had spoke about it just last week. We talked about just the gradual change in regards to offense being a more priority. So I guess he's just going out on a limb and saying, you know what, European players aren't helping the game with their lack of defense. So maybe we
So
should no
question,
longer.
Fahim. How
Yeah.
many European players were in
Mhm.
the All-Star game? Let's start there.
Jokic, Doncic. Hmm.
There you have it. So he's blaming two people in the
Were they only
All-Star
two?
game.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
There were
Right.
only two.
Okay.
Is the mathing for you, Fahim? If there's
The
only two
math.
European players, do you think for Fahim, who took more threes in that game? Halliburton or Dame versus Luka and Jokic, Fahim? Tell me who took more 3-point attempts in that game? Cat Williams,
Yeah.
Dame and Halliburton, or was it Luka and Jokic? What are we doing?
Did you say Cat Williams? Or
Yeah,
did I hear that?
yeah, Cat. I did say Cat Williams.
Okay.
Cat, yo, Cat, don't come at me. You know, I meant like Carl-Anthony Towns. I just call him Cat Williams as a joke
No,
thing.
Cat
You know what I
Williams.
mean?
He's a legend, by the way. Shout out to Cat Williams.
Shout out to Cat
But
Williams, yo. Cat made that man lots of money. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
He made Shannon Sharp a lot of money. He said the check came in
Mhm.
and he was like, whatever you think it is, it's three times more than that. Apparently, that's what Shannon Sharp said. But
Uh, but
yeah, like come on, man. We're
yeah.
not doing that. We're not doing that, guy. We're not doing that. That's just
And
nasty work. Like for him to even jump to that trajectory when there wasn't
mhm,
even that many European players in the league. And for him, like even the one the league for him, right? The amount of European players that actually get playing time, that actually start and play a
mhm,
lot, they
mhm.
play defense. Sengun
Yeah.
plays. Vooch isn't like no crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like my thing
Yeah.
is like it's like what are you talking about, bro? You know what I'm
Um,
saying? Like, what are you talking about? What is happening?
I'll end with this, Nelly J. Marc Gasol, he's won Defensive Player of the Year, and he's European.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
But remember, his quote isn't his quote. And to your point, his quote was that the Europeans are influencing the NBA game. But Faheem, the number one demographic in the league are American players. Number two is Canada. So how influential can they be when the top two percentages are not even Europe?
Right.
What are we talking about? Come on, man. Gilbert. Listen, he's obviously a smart dude, but sometimes, man, I don't know what he'd be talking about. I don't know what's going on over there. What's going on over there with him?
And it's funny, Wembayamba, he's from France, which is Europe. Pretty good defensive guy, I think. I think he might have a defensive team in his career coming forward. So, anyways, we'll see.
Well, that's the thing, though. Like, anyways, I just think that people just say things without thinking out. Like, oh, does this actually make sense? Like, you can't blame Europeans when there's only two in the All-Star game, and those two didn't even take more than the American players that are in the game. So to me, this offensive stuff for him is an American issue. It starts from AU. AAU. It starts from high school, college. It starts from all that. You know what I'm saying? They got to they got to change how they're teaching these kids how to play basketball. Because all I see is 6 feet 10 guys or 6 foot guys taking fadeaway shots and saying that's like, come on, man. I cannot blame Europeans for what, you know what I mean? Because basketball is an American, that's an American sport. That's an American sport. You know what I'm saying? In terms of the NBA, that sport is dominated by, like, in terms of like the NBA, that culture, the NBA culture is an American sport, right? It's a global game, but the NBA is an American league. You know what I'm saying? So the only thing that is in its way is American. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to change, then y'all gotta they gotta fix up for him. They gotta fix up.
Fix up.
They gotta fix up.
All right, Nelly J, let's put this episode in the books.
Y'all, that was the Good Rookie Show. Yep. So, guys, my shout out is just to college women's basketball. I really had a good day for him watching and not only watching, but really taking in all the championship games this weekend. I had a great, honestly, that Cardosa 3-point made, LSU matchup with South Carolina, Iowa matchup this morning, USC, and Faheem, it was a spring forward. The clocks went forward as well, right? And so I was like, oh man, the game was at 12 o'clock, but it felt like 11, right? But for the Iowa game, but seeing Caitlin Clark in her last, repeating 3 times, seeing Juju as a freshman struggled today offensively, but got her team to the stage and they won, right? Seeing Notre Dame, Hidalgo, seeing her team win. It's just what has been a great day for women's basketball and college basketball. So I just want to give that entire NCAA women's basketball a huge shout out. Women's basketball is real for him, and I just cannot wait. Also, I think we're gonna have. I do have my mock draft for the WNBA as well, Faheem. So once it's published, we'll definitely talk about it. Who my first round draft picks will be and why, and the order and all that stuff. So once it's published on the run, we'll definitely do a deep dive. And I want to have a couple of guests on here to talk about it too, because I think, Faheem, the WNBA draft, because Caitlin Clark is in it, is going to be historic. Apparently, tickets sold out, Faheem, already for the WNBA draft, because Caitlin Clark will be there and other top talents. Angel Reese will be there, right? So excited to share my predictions. Again, it's a mock draft, so I don't expect to be 100% correct. I mean, but there's some ladies that I think deserve a chance and can impact, and some ladies that I think, deserve a chance, but I don't think they'll be as high impact as other players. But definitely want to talk about it close to the draft. But Faheem, this WNBA draft is going to be massive, and the March Madness for the women's side is going to be insane. The way these fans are right now, Tennessee, how they lost. Oh, I can't wait to watch Tennessee. Rickea Jackson, big fan of hers. Yeah, just really big up to, women's basketball, college women's basketball, the WNBA. I'm really excited for this summer. So anyway, that is my shout out, Faheem. What about you?
Nice. My shout out actually is to Jake Paul and YouTuber KSI. Their drink Prime, it beat out Gatorade as Walmart's most sold hydration drink. And the reason why this has got to be a shout out is I was in Walmart just this past week, and we talked about the growth of their hydration drink about 4 or 5 episodes ago. And I'd never seen it. I didn't know where you can get it. I walked in Walmart, and right in the, there's the aisle, and then there's like the start of the aisle where they like highlight products, and it was right there in front of me, and I was like, whoa, like this is easily accessible. So shout out to them being Walmart's #1 hydration drink. Clearly Walmart sees them as a priority now, because if you're a priority at Walmart, you're doing something. So shout out to Prime Energy.
That's big. Good shout out.
Yep. On that note, Nelly J, let's put this episode in the books.
Y'all, that was the Good Rookie Show. If you had a good time and enjoyed yourself, please like and subscribe, and tell a friend. Faheem.
We're on all platforms. If you're looking for us, you know what it is. It's the Good Rookie Show. And we out.
Peace.
Peace.